Hey, what's going on, Z Nation, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. I am your host, Zaid here. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Detroit Pistons tonight. Now, guys, before I get into the game tonight and the brawl that went down between the Lakers and the Pistons of LeBron James and I believe it was Isaiah Stewart, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And of course, like always, please be sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ZSPN. I really do appreciate the love and support you guys give me all across social media and of course on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. So guys, you know, the Lakers finally get a win after going, I believe, 0-3 for these past couple of games before LeBron James returned against the Boston Celtics. But finally, the Lakers won a game against the Detroit Pistons late in the fourth quarter where they bounced back, which I was very impressed by. Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis carrying the load when it came down to them stepping up for the Lakers to get a win over Detroit tonight. And it's just, I was really glad the Lakers stepped up in that particular moment. And, you know, I'm going to get into the stats and everything. But, guys, let's talk about the brawl that went down between the Lakers and the Pistons. LeBron versus Isaiah Stewart. You know, I'm not sure what went down, but I saw like a clip where LeBron James, you know, elbowed, you know, Isaiah to the face, and, you know, he started bleeding, and, you know, all hell broke loose. I mean, it just went all out of line, and, you know, when it came down to it, Isaiah Stewart, he was pissed. He was angry. He was seeing red when it came down to, you know, going after LeBron James. And there was multiple attempts where he came down to, you know, going after LeBron James, and 3 times. And, you know, he could not calm down when it came down to his anger. And I can understand. I mean, you know, somebody elbows you in the face, you know, and I'm not sure if LeBron did it intentionally, but, you know, he did get ejected when it came to the late into the third quarter, where I kind of saw there's going to be some trouble for the Lakers. But I was very surprised. They stepped up in the fourth quarter, bounced back in a big way from Carmelo and Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. And the defensive side, you know, they stepped up. But, you know, he was mad. He was mad, and I mean, you know, they were going back and forth. And guys, check this video out. Please give me your thoughts. And guys, do you think, you know, maybe LeBron was in the wrong here? I mean, I saw another clip where, you know, LeBron actually elbowed him, and he really looked aggressive when he did it. But I hope that thing doesn't really escalate after, because, you know, you never know about the league and their rules when it comes down to bringing down on certain players. But, you know, it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee that Isaiah Stewart will get a suspension or maybe a fine. Or, you know, it's kind of goes either way when it comes to the NBA and, you know, giving those sort of penalties to certain players. But, you know, guys, check this video out. Please give me your thoughts about it.
Uh-oh, we got Isaiah Stewart and LeBron. Isaiah wants some of him. Isaiah's not going away. They called technical fouls because they dusted up in the lane during the free throws. Isaiah's going after him. They've got to hold him back.
Wow. Isaiah, he's bleeding badly. You can see why he is so upset.
If they take their hands off, he may go anyway. He may go after him again. He got hit up the side of the head. This is sad. Young man's going to get himself in big trouble with the league.
On a free throw, boxing out, you know, Stewart tried to get physical with Bron. Bron did the same thing. everyone in the league knows Bron not a dirty guy. Accidentally hit him. As soon as he did it, he looked back at him and told him, "Oh, my bad, I didn't try to do it." He tried to. I don't know what he was trying to do, but I know nobody on our team, 1 through 15, was having it. We're gonna protect our brother. I've never, in 10 years, seen a player try to do that. Well, since I've been playing, I mean, obviously we've seen it before, but back in the day. But in recent basketball, like, it was uncalled for. You got cut above your eye, accidental. Like, it wasn't on purpose, and we wasn't gonna allow him to keep charging our brother like that. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do, but we wasn't gonna allow that, and we just wanted to get the win for him. Get the win for our team, get back in the win column.
So, guys, as I mentioned, I mean, Isaiah Stewart, he was seeing red when it came to going after LeBron James. I mean, he was pissed when it all said and done. And then when it came down to it, you saw Russell Westbrook coming in and, trying to defend LeBron James and the Lakers and trying to back everybody off. But then in the third attempt, when you saw, actually, no, the first attempt when he was going, trying his best to going after LeBron James, you saw Anthony Davis in that particular moment trying to square up and, trying to, not let Isaiah Thomas go after him or any Laker on the floor. And then, he was just nonstop. He couldn't calm down. I mean, he even looked at, I believe the first round pick, his name escapes me for a second. I think Clade, when it came down to it, he was telling him to back off. I mean, get away from me. I let me go type of stuff. And he was seeing red. And, I actually blame the staff or the teammates for not really keeping him composure and just letting him calm down and stuff. So when it comes down to it, guys, it was just a very, very intense moment. And, I guarantee you he's probably going to get suspended. Maybe he'll get fined. Sort of depends on the NBA. And then, sort of it remains to be seen about LeBron's penalties. You never know. He could get fined or he could potentially get suspended, which I don't really think will work in the favor for the Lakers where they stand right now, because I believe they're now 9-9 record into the NBA season. So 18 games into the regular season, and they're still struggling at this moment. But, but hopefully LeBron doesn't get it. But, it's kind of remains to be seen about what the NBA's rules will be moving forward. And, it was a bad moment, but at the same time, the fan in me really wanted to see some aggression, some back and forth. And this one was one of the one of the excited ones, since the beginning of the regular season. So it was nice to see it, and but hopefully it doesn't really hurt the Lakers moving forward when it comes to LeBron James and his ejection. He could potentially get fined or get suspended. I mean, it still remains to be seen. But this is the second time out of his career that he ever got ejected. I mean, 19 years, LeBron James doing it. I mean, from the highs and lows, getting his second ejection out of his 19th career is very impressive, in my opinion. I mean, because, you have players left and right, get ejected for the unfair reasons when it comes down to it. So, just really hopefully things will cool down moving forward when it comes to this particular moment. But let's talk about the Lakers' win tonight. I mean, the guys, the Lakers started up pretty badly. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, the shooting and the defensive side when it came down to the second and third quarter. But slowly, the Lakers started to get things back when it came to late in the third quarter. But then the fourth quarter. That fourth quarter really changed everything because of the aggressiveness and the passion when it comes to some of the players tonight stepping up. Because, guys, as of late, it's not looking good. Not looking good for the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to them playing defense and offense, when it comes to shooting-wise, when it comes down to, second halves in certain matchups. And, the Lakers are not doing pretty good when it comes to that particular predicament. But fourth quarter, they stepped up in a big way. I was very impressed. And, with LeBron being ejected, they needed to step up. And, I was very impressed by Russell Westbrook, especially because in those 4 minutes into the game, I believe it was like 7 minutes into the game, like 4 minutes of, going into it, he, when it comes down to it, Russell Westbrook, he shot a three, went for layups, and, he was just very aggressive in those 4 minutes into the game. Like it was like 7 minutes into the game. And then, he just came out of nowhere, stepped up for the Lakers. I believe he had 28 or maybe 26 points out there tonight. I think he had 10 assists or something like that. If you guys are watching this, you will see the stats in front of you of, how the Lakers play tonight, especially when it comes down to Russell Westbrook tonight. So he really stepped up. I really have to say this is one of his best performances out of, these 18 games into the regular season. So, it's just a very good job for Russell Westbrook for stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers. I just think he really needed that anger that we witnessed in that brawl where he was just didn't want to deal with Isaiah Stewart, so we saw a little bit of anger. So maybe that kind of fueled a little bit of anger and aggressiveness from Russell Westbrook in the fourth quarter. But I don't know, maybe that will stick. You never know. I mean, when Russell Westbrook plays angry, obviously we probably see some greatness. And then you saw Anthony Davis. 31 points leading the Lakers tonight with the win tonight against the Detroit Pistons. And, he just had a great night. Great night when it came down to it in the fourth quarter. Throughout the first and second and third, we did not see a lot of greatness from him, but he did step up. He did step up, and, he gave us 31 points out there tonight. I'm not sure if he also played angry out there in the fourth quarter, but, he just wanted to get this win, and, the rest of the Lakers wanted to as well. So great job out there when it comes down to Anthony Davis giving us 31 points out there tonight. And then when it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, Frank Vogel went with a different lineup this time. They had DeAndre Jordan be inserted into the center position at the starting lineup. So they went traditional when it came down to the lineup. So I have to say Frank Vogel probably did his homework in this one when it came to this particular matchup. I'm not sure because they went big because of not a lot of big players on the Detroit Pistons, so it was kind of a great advantage for the Lakers. But I think it kind of worked this time. But I kind of see them going back and forth with having Anthony Davis playing at the center position at times. But they could switch a couple of times. It sort of depends on Frank Vogel's lineup, what he wants to do. So yeah, just great seeing that. And then when it comes to the rest of the Lakers, not a lot of effort from Avery Bradley, and then THT got benched because of the new lineup. I don't think it's going to be permanent, but it's just one of those moments where he was just didn't really have a great night out there. But when it comes to him starting for the Lakers, he does step up at when it comes down to it. But for the past couple of games, he hasn't. I believe 2 games. I believe he had like 4 or 2 points against the Boston Celtics, which it was a horrible performance from the Los Angeles Lakers altogether, even with LeBron James' return. But, I believe he had 6 or 8 points out there tonight. But when it comes down to it, Carmelo Anthony stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers in the fourth quarter with those threes, raining those threes like nobody's business. He went 5 of 8 from the three. And, 18 points for the Los Angeles Lakers. And, guys, I still believe he's still in the running for Sixth Man of the Year. I just really believe that, he really accepted the role on the Los Angeles Lakers and for these past couple of years being the sixth man coming off the bench. And I really believe that he does deserve to be mentioned for the Sixth Man of the Year. But, lately he hasn't been really stepping up for the Lakers. But this one really stepped up, went 5 of 8 from the three. I really believe that he just wanted to, really help the Lakers and really win this one when it comes down to it, because they went 0-3 for these past couple of games. It's just finally some changes needed to be made, and Carmelo Anthony just wanted to see something happen, and he stepped up in this particular manner. So great job out there for Anthony Davis. Excuse me. Carmelo Anthony. So great job out there for Melo. But overall, guys, the Lakers in general, I mean, Dwight Howard, let's bring up him. I mean, he had 13 points and really stepped up for the Lakers when it came down to this particular matchup. We saw a lot of him tonight on the defensive side. And, guys, any given moment, I would love to see more out of Dwight Howard as a center more than DJ, to be honest, because he didn't really step up out there, in my opinion. He had 6 points, and I believe he had 7 rebounds. I mean, not bad. I believe he had 7 rebounds. I might be thinking about somebody else, but at the end of the day, I would rather have Dwight Howard getting the minutes and getting the opportunities to, step up for the Lakers, and he really did. He had 13 points, a solid performance for Dwight Howard on the defensive side. But overall, guys, even though it didn't really start off pretty well for the Lakers against the Pistons. But, after that brawl, things changed after that, and the Lakers played angry. They played very aggressively, and they stepped up in the fourth quarter in the big way. I believe it was like 3 or 4 minutes into the game, and the Lakers were up by 14-2 against the Detroit Pistons in the fourth quarter. And after that, the Lakers continued on, and then Russell Westbrook came out of nowhere, shot a 3 and made layups, and it was just so consistent from his part. He was just nonstop. I mean, I just really think the Lakers really stepped up out there pretty well. I really want to see more out of that from the Lakers moving forward. But, it's a process. It will take time. I know Laker fans are disappointed with the Lakers as of late. But, guys, this is the nature of having a new team. I mean, I went on a rant, my last video when it came to the Boston Celtics game. And, I was just livid by the performances from the Lakers and that particular matchup. I was hoping they will win, but unfortunately it just wasn't the case. And, this time around, they beat one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference in the Detroit Pistons, and they needed to get a win over them. And hopefully the Lakers just have that drive and that mentality to continue on this drive, and hopefully they start winning games moving forward. And, with Russell Westbrook starting to get his rhythm in when it comes down to it, hopefully it turns around, and hopefully we'll see the real Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple-Double himself, moving forward. And that's my hope. That's my hope, and hopefully we see that from Russell Westbrook and the rest of the Lakers. But, when it comes down to it, guys, I mean, hopefully things turn out good for the Lakers, moving forward, and hopefully in a positive manner, and hopefully things click moving forward. So, guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel. Please give me your thoughts about the Lakers win against the Detroit Pistons. Who do you think really stepped up for the Lakers in the fourth quarter? Was it Russell Westbrook? Was it Carmelo Anthony? Anthony Davis, or maybe there was somebody else out there that really stepped up that I didn't really bring up. Personally, I saw those 3 particular players stepping up after LeBron being ejected again, in that brawl between Isaiah Stewart and the Pistons. So, and guys, give me your thoughts about that brawl. Do you think it ranks like, the other huge brawl at the Palace when it was the Pistons and the Pacers? Do you guys think that one is up there, or do you think, give me your favorite brawl? I mean, I always have to put the Pistons and the Pacers brawl when it comes down to it, because that was the worst, and they basically ended the game. They ended the game on that brawl night. So that has to be in the history books as one of the worst brawl. I mean, you can call it the best or the worst or horrible. I mean, you can rank them that has to be number 1 on that list. So give me your thoughts about that. And guys, please make sure to like all of my social media sites: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. And I'll leave the links to my social media sites into the description of this video, so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. And guys, make sure to hit that notification bell so you will know when I upload on this channel. Much appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.